we'll start with oil and gas.
Sure.
What's the primary service that you're providing in that industry?
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at oil and gas, I mean, people think of sort of the typical, oil sands in Alberta, and very true. I mean, we have offices, throughout Alberta to service oil and gas. But even looking, I put the whole LNG topic on that. So it's something that we would definitely, everybody from drilling, into the processing side of oil and gas. Even in the transportation side, through pipelines and stuff, we're definitely involved in those type of technologies that would support that infrastructure for sure. Everything from power tools, grinding, when they're prepping, pipe for welding to, valves for turning on and off, as part of, a process of refining product. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're very well heavily involved in all that. A lot of times there's instrumentation, pressure,
Right.
temperature, all those sorts of things. So we would definitely get involved in a lot of those type of aspects.
Just a quick side note, you're very heavy in the filtration side, right?
Yeah, filtration's a good piece, absolutely. So filtration for sure is, really when you talk about filtration, it's all about reliability and making sure that product stays running longer, or even the end product. For example, food and beverage, they
Right.
want to have an end product that goes to their customer at a certain level, and so filtration would be a big part of that.
So when you say I have to ask some pretty layman questions
No, it's
on
fine.
this
Yeah.
on this show, but a filtration system. What I don't even quite know what we're talking, because I know
Okay.
from the mining world, I know some of that filtration system, food and beverage.
Sure.
There's just so many different. So what would be a couple of examples of the actual filtration? Are you putting the whole system, or are you putting the parts and pieces to make the filtration system operate?
Yeah, so I would say more the bits and pieces and maybe part of the bigger system.
Right.
As I said earlier, we don't make the whole machine, but we
Right.
generally help customers, OEMs that are building the bigger machine, and we will build sub-assemblies into that. So I mean, if you look at your car, for example, you have a filter for the oil.
Right.
Without that, your car probably wouldn't run, too long. So it was the same thing for that. In the industrial equipment hydraulics, there's a lot of filtration. There's many sophisticated technologies that require a specific level of oil cleanliness, we call it.
Right.
And so we would definitely have the technologies not just to provide filtration, but even monitoring systems so that you can keep on top of it, make sure that you are maintaining your system. And then the technology, as if there is a problem, if a filter starts getting clogged up, to deal with it, make sure you replace that filter. And if there's troubleshooting afterwards in service, we definitely help customers, because sometimes they go, okay, this filter is getting plugged up way too fast, what's going on? And we try and help figure that out for them.
And you're putting the actual sensors on this now, because 20 years ago they were just, you have to go and inspect these. Now is there?
Yeah, it depends, but I would
Yeah.
say sometimes filters were sort of buried under the machine, forgotten about until the machine stopped, and then they
Right.
go, what happened?
Yeah.
So now you're implementing
right, and
systems
that's
so people know ahead of time,
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So an HMI screen would pop up, or even a light, and this is one of the things that we're trying to talk to customers about now is don't just react to something that's happened. Be sort of predictive, preventive maintenance, but even predictive maintenance, which is really trying to plan out when these things are going to happen and react before it happens. So for example, a pressure switch, you could have a variable sensor that would actually go off weeks before it's actually going to fail, so that you have time to react and get one before, instead of just setting a set point where, okay, it's failed, go, now you got to go get one. It's a little late.
I have to ask this without
Yes.
throwing anybody under the bus.
Yes.
Have you ever went to a customer and they went, you know what, I'm good, I don't need that?
Oh,
And then a month
absolutely.
later you're back with their broken down system?
Yes, yes.
A little bit awkward when that
sometimes
happens.
it's hard because, I think a lot of our customers are resource strapped as well.
Right.
And sometimes it's all about productivity. They've got to have the machine running. They can't take the machine offline. They've got to run. And that's a real need of a lot of our customers. They really can't shut the machine
Right,
down.
yeah.
So those are the checks and balances. We work with them. We say, okay, how can we do it? So if there is a challenge, can we do a continuous improvement? Can we do it for next time? And most customers are very open to that.
Right. I guess, and so I guess in some cases, what happens is you almost have to wait till it shuts down, then you're forced to do it, and then you update it with the new
Yes.
system.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.